this afternoon. 31 for Michael, 26 for Scotty. Bulls 90 and the Knicks 81. 2.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. McDaniel for three. Xavier McDaniel normally does not seek the shot from downtown, but he's brought the Knicks within 6. A chant of defense from the crowd.
And it's the first time that New York has allowed 90 points or more in postseason play.
It's an offensive foul on Pippen. And he is fouled out. So Pippen leaves with 26 points, but a very strong turn. He's played very well today, coming off the sprained ankle.
Patrick Ewing helping his teammate out, making the rotation, establishing position, and then absorbing the blow. The offensive foul by Pippen sends him to the bench, and Phil Jackson, a big decision here, who to come on with. Do you want defense? Do you want rebounding? Do you want another ball handler and shooter? He decides on Cliff Livingston, who was so big for them in the playoffs last season.
Scottie Pippen fouled out only twice during the course of the regular season. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. The Knicks hanging around, down by 6. McDaniel again for 3. Jordan gets to it and calls for time. Michael Jordan diving along with Charles Oakley, and a timeout is called. We'll be back after these messages.
Jordan realizing that he may have to do it all, even get on the glass. 31 points, okay, 8 rebounds, okay, but on the floor, scrambling, coming up with it, and then the presence to call the quick timeout to save the possession.
So the Bulls and the Knicks with 2 timeouts remaining. They each have 4 team fouls. A minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Chicago with the ball. They lead by 6. Shot clock at 5. Jordan working hard for the shot. Rebounded by McDaniel. And Xavier says it was deflected out by a Chicago player. Darryl Garrettson looking for help, but the call is last touched by McDaniel.
Well, McDaniel felt that he was not the last one, that it was Grant who hit it from behind. Garrettson felt that he just lost it off his hand that time.
Michael Jordan has hit only 1 of his last 6. 1:20 remaining in the fourth. Jordan got the step, and he's called for the offensive foul.
That time, instead of going after the block, knocking him to the floor, the Knicks tried to establish position. Wilkins tries for the slap from behind, but the white jerseys, 2 of them, rotate over to get good position. Little different look. Jackson there, Ewing coming from behind his head, Oakley there just in case. Mark Jackson with good position defensively.
Well, one thing's for certain, Michael Jordan has not been deterred from going to the drive despite the very physical play of the New York Knicks. Wilkins, way off, throws the air ball. And a foul has been called against the Knicks.
Well, Pat Riley has his bomb squad on the floor. Mark Jackson, Starks, Wilkins, guys that can get out there and knock some 3-pointers down. But the idea is to try and get one with your feet set and get a good look at the basket.
Darryl Wilkins heard the criticism here in New York off that ill-advised last-second shot in the playoff game against Detroit. Bounced back last Sunday with the good second-half effort against the Pistons. And Wilkins started strong here this afternoon. Hit a couple of jump shots early, but usually he's not the man down the stretch you want shooting from the outside.
And Mark, don't get me wrong, with a little bit over a minute remaining in the 6-point game, I'm not trying to say that you have to take 3-pointers. What you want is a score. You take the drive to the basket, make it happen, get into your pressure defense, try and force turnovers, or then you may have to foul after they get it over the half-court line. It's if they double back on Ewing and he kicks out and you happen to have a wide-open three, then you go for it with that much time remaining.
32 for Jordan. Bulls by 7, just under 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Blocking foul on Paxson.
From New York's standpoint, exactly what you want to have happen. The ability to put points on the scoreboard. You don't lose any more time off the scoreboard. If he knocks these two down, they've got it to where it's a 5-point basketball game with just over 54 seconds remaining, which is plenty of time.
A reminder, tomorrow night to cap off wall-to-wall NBA playoff coverage here on NBC. It'll be the Bulls and the Knicks here at the Garden, 6:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 in the West. It'll be game 4 of this best of 7. Triple header action starting at 12 noon Eastern. Cavaliers and the Celtics, and then Utah and Seattle.
2 timeouts remaining for each team. Now the Knicks go into their full court pressure, trying to produce an early turnover, or they may have to eventually decide to take the foul and stop the clock.
And the Bulls have not shot well at the line.
Well, if you go this far down in the 24-second clock, then don't foul now. Dig in, get the stop, and go from there. No sense wasting anything by fouling late on the 24-second clock. If you do it early, that's one thing.
Shot clock at 1, and it is a 24-second violation. The basket will not count, so the Knicks call for time. They will be down to 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 5 points with 29 seconds to go in the fourth. Buzzer going off. They readjusted the clock. 30 and 2/10 seconds to go. In this fourth quarter, the Bulls lead 91-86. Chicago 2 timeouts left. Knicks have 1. The Knicks 3 of 8 from downtown.
The big decision for New York on that last possession by Chicago was, do you foul them right away when they come over the half-court line? If you did not get a steal in the backcourt, force them to go to the free throw line. Well, problem, B.J. Armstrong shoots over 80, Paxson 78, Jordan over 83. The worst free throw shooter on the floor at that time was Cartwright, just over 60 for the season. But once the 24-second clock ran down to 10, 9, 8, no sense fouling them. Dig in, get a stop. Now, with 30 seconds plus remaining, down 5 points, you don't have to take a 3. You need a combination of a 3, 2, or 2 and a 3. So you take your best opportunity, you score, get in your defense, try for a steal in the backcourt, and then foul immediately when they get over the half-court line.
Pat Riley has inserted Kiki Vandeweghe for his long-range touch. Starks putting the move on Armstrong. Not the shot he had in mind, and a foul is called on the Knicks. A loose ball foul with the Knicks over the limit. The Bulls to the line. Ewing is called for his 4th.
And you can certainly see Pat Riley's instructions taking place there. Don't stop for any pull-up jump shots. Take it to the basket, put it on the floor, try to draw contact so that we get to the free throw line, stop the clock, and put points on the board. Starks tried to do it, just did not get the ball.
And it's Cartwright to the line, as you mentioned. Has not shot well at the free throw line at 60%. Earlier in his career, a very solid free throw shooter.
Well, he gets away from you, and
that's true.
There it is. His shot's gone from the free throw line.
I didn't quite look at it in that manner. Bulls lead by 6. And the Knicks use their final timeout. 23 and 6/10 seconds to go in the fourth. The Bulls with a 6-point lead. We'll be right back. Assistant coach Johnny Bach in a discussion with Darryl Garrettson. The clock reset once again, and the Bulls were wondering why. Now 24 and 2/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. The Bulls 92 and the Knicks 86.
And Darryl Garrettson explained the reason for the clock being changed. The ball was tipped, then grabbed, and he said 6/10 of a second off the clock.
Knicks using their final timeout, trailing by 6. Jordan able to break it up. Thanks to our producer, Tommy Roy, our director, Andy Rosenberg, Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb handling the statistical work. Look at some of the stats concerning three-point field goals for the Knicks this season. Ewing for three. Rebounded by Starks. He was blocked. Here's Jackson for three. Time running out of the Knicks. Wilkins for three. A three-point festival here in the final seconds. The ball still alive. Now the clock is stopped with the whistle. Only 3 seconds remaining, and a foul has been called. It's on Ewing.
Michael Jordan telling Phil Jackson, relax, coach. We got this one right now. Relax.
Well, coming up next, as you look at the Western Conference brackets, Portland and Phoenix resume their series. The Trailblazers winning the first 2. You'll see game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. Kevin Johnson and the Phoenix Suns going up against Clyde Drexler and the Portland Trailblazers. That's next right here on NBC. High point man of the game, Michael Jordan with 32. A solid performance by Jordan. Scottie Pippen, who fouled out, with 26. Patrick Ewing came on late. He has 27. And the Chicago Bulls have taken a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 playoff series. A very physical game once again. I have a feeling we will hear some complaints from Michael Jordan and the Bulls about the Knicks' physical style. Bulls win it 94-86. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC.